I'm going to do take two. Take one was over 20 minutes. I didn't realise how long it was, but I was really waffling. So I'm going to try to. What I'm waffling now. Stop it. Okay, bad week for Restore. Rupert Lowe scored an own goal, and I thought this was a good time for me to do a little, do something I've been putting off for a while, because I have a friend, a good friend, and he's been in my comments quite a bit, and he's been explaining to me that there's some things about Rupert, that I should have a look at, because it's not all good, right? Okay, so let's address these issues. I'm going to start with what he said in the last week. So the associating ethno-nationalists with neo-Nazis was a massive mistake, and I'm very upset about it. I've emailed Restore, and I've said they need to come to terms with the fact that it's a phrase, it's two words, and it has a meaning, and that meaning is not offensive. And if you find it offensive, then there's something wrong with you. You're wrong thinking, and they need to develop the "we don't care" stance on it. Okay, ethno-nationalists are not neo-Nazis. So, my suggestions to them is the policy, and I've mentioned it here before, but we need to discriminate against an awful lot of people in this country that are still good people. But when I mean discriminate, I don't mean persecute them. Just, you don't vote, you don't stand for office, you don't get to hold a senior position in any form of government like civil service, and you don't get to be in the police force at all unless you have three native ethnic British grandparents. And I think that's absolutely acceptable to me. So if you're third generation Pakistani, you're not British, even though your parents were born here and your grandparents moved here, or your grandparents were even born here. They have married within their own group. They've kept themselves separate, and you know it. You're not British. If you, let's say, you've got an English parent and a Caribbean parent or African parent, black, you're half British and you're half whatever the other one is. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with you, but you don't get to vote. You don't get to be in government, because the ideology of your non-British parent may well be the dominant one, and I don't want that anywhere near our governance. We need to learn a horrible lesson that we do have to stop being so delicate about causing offence, and just say, show us how much you love it here. Assimilate harder. Show us, prove to us how much you like us. So if you're mixed race, I don't hate you. I don't have any problem with you at all. If you then marry into someone that's British with three British grandparents, then your children will be considered British by me, and I think that's a good policy. I think it's fair. Anyway, so that's that one. There was something else he said on another podcast with Patrick Bet-David, and I can't even remember it. And whenever I heard it, I was like, nothing burger. It didn't bother me at all. So I can't even remember what that was. So I'm not addressing that. Right, let's get to the main one. The one that is a problem. Orla Minahane. She is a pink lady, and she has a position to do with child protection within Restore. Nothing wrong with that. It all seems absolutely fine. But she is closely associated with Deloitte, or she works with Deloitte, or she's on a board of Deloitte. And Deloitte are very closely associated with the World Economic Forum. That's a massive problem. That is a big problem. Orla, address it. Either stand down from your position. This is what I would suggest, or completely cancel any associations you have with those other parties, because anyone that's associated with the World Economic Forum should have nothing to do with Restore. That's it. That's a red line. So I don't know how other people feel about that. I'll be asking you to let me know in the comments. The other things, this is my friend, we had a long chat, that he brought up, I'm not so bothered about. The committee, for me, that's the Tories wanted Rupert in the Conservative Party, and they were courting him. They offered him the position on the committee as a way of, a dowry or something, for the marriage. And he took the position, and he's been using it to absolutely humiliate members of the civil service, and I, for one, love that. And he's still gone on ahead and set up Restore, and is clearly not a member of the Tory party. So, based, as far as I'm concerned. Not an issue. In fact, I look at that as good. Energy companies. So, Rupert has links to either an investor or owner of green energy companies. Um, don't love that. I don't love that at all, but it's because I hate the fact that we pay tax on it. The concept of green energy, if companies, without my money from my tax that's stolen from me under threat of violence by the government, if they can make a business without help from the taxpayer, good luck to you. I mean, you're gonna fail because it's not there yet. But technology gets better over time, doesn't it? With the wind, I'd say is pointless. The solar, I don't know. But again, go and look at. I said to my friend, go and look at the Restore Energy policy, and I think he'll love it. And one of the things he says on there is, he says we've got coal, we need that, we need power because we need to be energy independent. We'll get that. We'll have new power stations. They'll be clean. They will be clean, and then we get the gas and the oil. We just stop messing around and just use those fossil fuels resources that we have in abundance to get ourselves energy independent whilst we build up nuclear. Hey, and if green energy under its own funding can actually get to a point where it competes with that, fine. Why would you not have a problem? Why would you have a problem with that? I don't. In his policy, he also says, so that infrastructure that's already there, we don't just throw it away. We don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If it's there, we use it, but we stop funding it. Okay. That I think I don't have an issue with that. One of the ones that I don't like was that he had a business that was to do with the COVID. He got COVID grants. I think he hasn't paid them back, and he profited from testing kits for COVID, which I really hate that because those didn't work. They gave false readings, didn't they? And it was used, the data from those false records was used against us to hurt us harder. So I think you should address that. I definitely think you should address that. I don't like it. So there's a few little concerns there. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop supporting Restore. I'm still a member. I'll still go to the meetings. I'll still leaflet. But one of the things I was just trying to, we talked for quite a while yesterday, was saying that I believe Restore is not our final goal, as he put it, our final solution. Bad choice of words. But it's a stepping stone. It's definitely by far the best option we currently have. And my friend believes, but he believes that at the end of the day, he will appease. He will be establishment. He has these links in the past. He's done business with people, shaken hands with people. Both me and my friend have fallen down the rabbi hole. Let's just say that's quite clear. I love that expression. I learned that yesterday. The rabbi hole. Definitely I've fallen down that. I would not want to do any business with anybody that's from that country or from that faith. I consider that faith to be far more sinister than Islam. I hate Islam. I want it eradicated from my country. But it's a blunt tool. I believe that the other faith, the one we're talking about, and a significant number of those people, not all, do not have our best intentions. And I think at some stage in the future, they may well be invited to leave again. But anyway, so any associations within Restore with that, and I believe there are some that I didn't realise. I found another channel yesterday. I won't mention his channel name because I don't want to start a spat or anything like that, because I think he's a really intelligent lad and he'd probably make me look stupid. But it was one of those ones where I think he's spurging out about everything, and everything is that country. Everything. So anyone that sort of doesn't openly hate that country and those people is a problem. And it's like I'm not there. I'm not there yet. But yeah, his associations with those people. If you're in business for a long enough period of time, and you're good at business, Rupert clearly is good at business, and he's able to go, that business, yes, I can make money making tester kits for this virus, and I'll make money from it. I'm gonna do it. I don't like it, but he's a pragmatic man. and it's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna, like I say, throw the baby out with the bathwater, to use that expression for the second time. So I don't know. I think I've addressed the issues. I'm still a supporter of Restore. Just don't put them on a pedestal. Don't put Rupert on a pedestal, and don't think they are the perfect party. They are our best option by far, and I will support them until a better one is presented to me. Okay. Let me have it in the comments. I'm sure I'm going to get it.